It's time for me to give my UFC Vegas 99 Fluffy Hernandez versus Michel Pereira predictions and most confident dogs. How you doing? My name is Cam. How you doing? How's your mama? How's your family? Hope they're doing swell. I'm doing great. In this video, I give you my picks, my quick picks and breakdowns, and predictions of how these fights will go. I may foreshadow a few bets that I'm contemplating in my head, but the bets and casual parlay video won't drop until later in the week, probably Friday. I'm a guy, I don't like betting before the weigh-ins because I've been burned too many times. People not making weight, fights being canceled. I've been burned. So I usually don't place parlays before Friday. But this card looking so good, I had to jump in on the odds. Especially that main event, I had to jump in on the odds early before they change. So we gonna have 2 casual parlays this week. But my most confident dogs go like this. I don't just talk about an underdog that I think is gonna win. No. It's between 60% and 100% confidence. If I feel 60% confidence to 100% confidence that a dog will win, I'll talk about it. And I'll foreshadow a plus 3.5 potentially. Or a money line potentially. You have to wait till Friday to see what we bet. But I am going to give my most confident dogs and predictions for this card. I'm going to start from the main event and work my way all the way down to the early prelims. The further I get down the card or earlier in the card, the predictions will be a little bit more vague. Following grade. In the main event, we got Fluffy Hernandez versus Michel Pereira. This is my first confident dog. Like I said, in the main event, I had to jump on some odds. I placed a parlay on a Monday. I never do that. But Michel Pereira, plus 110 money line, I had to take it. Not even a plus 3.5. I had to take the money line. I'm 75% confident in Michel Pereira to pull this off. I feel like we got this matchup a little early. And it sucks that one might knock the other one off, their path. But it's a banger matchup. Michel's a finishing machine. Looking like he can finish anyone in any way he wants. He's a phenomenal athlete, one-punch knockout power, and a high-class ground game. He's fucking huge, too. He's a great athlete. Fluffy's a cardio machine. Got nasty wrestling, nasty submission game. And he's willing to strike. If it comes down to that, he's willing to bang. He's tough as shit. He weathers storms. He builds on you. He breaks you. That's how he beats his opponents. That's his path to victory to win fights, but I don't think that's a path that he could take and beat Michel Pereira. Both riding huge streaks. But I cannot see Michel Pereira losing here. I just can't. Unless he fades hard and gasses out. And even then, he hasn't gassed out in years. Since he was at 170. I'm surprised Michel's the dog here. He's my most confident dog by far. As when I look at this fight, Pereira's huge. He's big. He's going to be faster. He's going to be more technical on the feet. He's going to have the power advantage. And he can hold his own on the ground. Fluffy can create scrambles, and maybe even win scrambles. But scrambles to get him in position to submit Michel Pereira, I don't know about that. I think Michel's going to KO him. I really do. I think Michel's going to KO him, so I'm going to pick Michel Pereira by KO. In the co-main event, we got Rob Font versus Phillips. What happened to Rob, man? He's 1-4 in his last 5. Fair enough, it was great competition. Corey Sandhagen, Jose Aldo, Chito Vera, and Davison Figueiredo. He's technical, he's pretty tough. He's a boxer. You don't really have to worry about any kicks. You don't really have to worry about any wrestling. He's a boxer. He's going to want to keep it technical. He has some speed and some volume. Not much power to complement it, though. And his takedown defense has been failing him in his last fights. It's been failing him. Look at Corey Sandhagen, rolled him out. Torn triceps, still took him down, rolled him out. Look at Davison Figueiredo, rolled him out. Kyler's super well rounded. Great movement. He mixes his martial arts up well. He has really good cardio and volume in his own right. Although talented, Rob Font is on a huge slide right now. And Kyler's building big momentum. Kyler's going to be much faster. Probably take down Rob whenever he wants. And win on the feet. He's a huge favorite, minus 470. I'm not surprised. He's another guy. I don't want to spoil the casual parlay. We gonna have 2. In a featured fight, we got Sue Mudaraji. We gonna call him Sue. Versus Charles Johnson. My confidence has been rising fast in Charles Johnson. He's been showing that he's taking this much more serious because he was almost cut at one point. He's been showing that he's been taking this much more serious and he's been improving vastly. Huge output, great cardio and volume to match it. And now he's shown he has some power to be able to stop his opponent. Very impressive win over Josh Van. Josh Van IQ kind of got him finished, but he showed that he could finish Josh Van. Josh Van's looking a little chinny nowadays, but that's the good win. This is an interesting matchup. Sue's very fast, accurate, with volume. good movement, can impose his will at times and win decisions. You kind of have to take this guy down to beat him. Charles has been very active. He has 3 wins in 2024, already looking for his 4th. And I'm going to pick him. Sue's a dog. But I'm going to pick Charles Johnson here by decision. Now we got Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. This is another confident dog. 70% confident dog. Darren's the dog in this fight. By a slim margin, it's only plus 105. Those could swing by the time fight night comes around. I hope it stays that way because I may play a plus 3.5 on Darren Elkins. But he's a grinder. He's going to come forward. He's going to try to land heavy, impose his will. Good wrestler. Can hold his own on the mat. Durable as well. He's a scrapper. He's one of those guys. Daniel Pineda, he's okay on the feet. But he looks for success on the ground. He's extremely dangerous on the ground whenever he's on top. And can be dangerous off of his back as well. But he will accept position and play the game. He won't try to get to his feet. He'll just try to play the game. Like he did against Nathaniel Wood. He's one of the fighters that I talk about where if it was just 3-minute fights, he'll be one of the best in the world. First 3 minutes, he's a monster. I think he only has 2 decisions in the UFC. First 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. He's a gangster. Powerful. Fast. Very, very dangerous. Very viable for a finish. But fades very, very quickly afterwards. You guys know I don't believe in people like that. Khamzat Chimaev, I don't believe in people like that. I just posted a video about Khamzat Chimaev a couple days ago. Go check that out. I'm picking Darren Elkins. A durable guy looking to impose his will. I think after the first 3.5 minutes, he's going to survive that storm, whatever comes to him. And then he's probably going to take over after that in round 2 and round 3. I think he certainly wins a round. So I hope more money comes in on Daniel so Darren can become a bigger underdog. And then we play the plus 3.5 at better money. The pick is Darren Elkins. Probably by decision. Now I believe opening the card. Or maybe this is the prelim main event. I'm not sure. Mateusz Nicolau versus Asu Almabayev. The odds are way too close for this fight. But I believe they'll be far and wide by Saturday. They're going to widen. I can see Asu Almabayev being minus 3 something by the time fight night comes around. Mateusz isn't durable, man. He's talented, but without durability, you can't really showcase your talents. Asu's going to dominate this fight. He should dominate this fight. Good striking, very strong. Has power in his hands and in his entries. Threatened submissions. I think Asu finds a finish on the feet or on the ground. Asu is the easiest pick for me. Most confident pick. By the way, I'm hoping that Abdul Razak Al-Hassan and Josh Frim gets added to this card. So I can bet Abdul money line. Because I think Abdul's going to knock that nigga out. So I hope that gets moved here because he didn't make weight in the card before. And in a position, like I said, I don't like to bet before weigh-ins because if I would have bet before weigh-ins, that fight would have got canceled. My payout would have been way different. Everything would have been adjusted. And a casual parlay would have sucked. Still would have hit, but it would have sucked. Speaking of casual parlay, we're 2-0 on YouTube. 2-0 on YouTube with the casual parlay. We're going to keep it going because we got 2 this weekend. We're going to try to make it 4-0. Moving on. This is a tough one. This is a really good one. Brad Katona versus Gene Matsumoto. Gene is very young with great talent. He's only like 25 years old. He has so much time to get more polished. Beautiful volume striking. And can secure his own takedowns. Gene also has respectable power. But the hole in his game is his defense. He's there to get hit a lot. And he's there to get taken down. Kind of like Lucas Hocha against Clayton Carpenter. Very talented. But not defensively aware enough of what's coming back his way. He was taken out 9 times in his last fight by Dan Argueta. Until he pulled the guillotine. He was on his way to losing that decision though. He was on his way to losing that decision if he did not pull that guillotine out of the fire. He's very hittable. And if you come in there with a wrestling mindset, you can kind of impose your will a little bit on him. Brad isn't the most skilled guy. He's very smart and well-rounded, though. He could do a little bit of everything. And he's smart. He uses his fight IQ. And when I say that, he uses his fight IQ to take the path of least resistance. And this could lead to boring or stinky performances. But it also leads to wins. And that's what he cares about. He's one of those guys, they just want to get the win. He has plenty of cardio as well. I'm going to pick Matsumoto. But I don't think he'll shut Brad out or finish Brad. So Brad plus 3.5 or the over on the round line looks very, very valuable here. And I'll probably play it. Brad's a guy, he has no problem coming there stinking it up. He has no problem coming in there taking the path of least resistance. He's going to find the holes in your games. He's going to exploit it. I see him taking his time, landing when opportunities are there, because they're going to be there a lot with Matsumoto, who doesn't really care about what's coming his way. Get Matsumoto to throw shots, dunk underneath the shot, secure a takedown, or smudge him against the fence. I think he can win a round. Probably got to pick Matsumoto. Could be an upset here, though. Jocelyn Edwards versus Tamiris Vidal. The game plan should be simple for Jocelyn. Jabs to the chest. Jabs to the tits. You probably found a KO. Just keep punching to the chest. But in all seriousness, Vidal she's horrible. She's a horrible fighter. She has power. She has meaty and accurate hooks. And I don't give a damn how meaty your hooks are. You actually have to hit your opponent with them for them to do anything. I guess she's okay when she's on top, but she can't get fights to the ground. Jocelyn, her takedown defense does fail her, but it's failing her against people who can actually secure takedowns. I don't think Vidal is a person who can actually secure takedowns. She has trouble closing the distance, trouble finding range. I can see her just walking into punches. Jocelyn Edwards going to be hammering that low kick. She's really good at managing distance. She's really good with her straight shots. She's really good at moving. And she can secure her own takedowns as well. We saw Vidal on her back. Horrible. Plus, Jocelyn's performance against Aylin Perez gives me confidence that Vidal is probably going to get smoked here. I think she's going to walk into punches for 15 minutes, maybe even get dumped on her bald spot. Jocelyn Edwards is the pick. By decision, though. By decision. Vidal's pretty tough. She can take a beating. By decision. She's like minus 250. That makes sense. Do I play it? Maybe. But maybe not. WMA is hard to trust, But she should get that one done. And we got 3 WMA fights in a row. That one is trash, and this one's even worse. This is stinky. 2 ladies who struggled to string wins together. No action will be placed on this fight at all. Jessica's been around for a while. She walks forward. She'll shoot takedowns. She won't really secure them, but she'll shoot takedowns. I think she's 0-9 for her last 2 fights or something like that. Reid, she's a striker. She looks to set a pace and actually try to impose her will on her opponent. Decent power in her hands. She's win-loss. And she just lost. So I'm going to pick Reid. But that's not why. She's losing to good fighters, at least. She's going to try to set a pace. She's going to try to impose her will. She's going to keep this fight standing, probably. She's probably going to outbox Jessica. Jessica looked horrible in her last performance. She didn't look engaged. She's probably on her last contract, looking to collect these checks. She's 41 years old. And I say that doesn't matter in WMMA, but it doesn't matter in WMMA if you're trying to achieve something and raise your level. Angela Hill, she's trying to win a title. Jessica Pena, or whatever her name is. Jessica Pena. Damn, what's her name? Whatever her name is. She's looking to collect a check, go home, and play with herself on OnlyFans. It is what it is, boys. I'm picking Reid. And then we actually have a decent WMA fight. Ardelean versus Melissa Martinez. And I'm with the dog here. This is my third most confident dog at 60%. 60% confident. Alice can scrap, man. Sucks she lost to Mama B. It was close. Maybe a robbery if I'm thinking. Because of the origin. You know how they get over there in the UK. And I think I picked Mama B, so hey, it is what it is. But Alice is a dog. She's there to be hit, but she'll let her hands go. And she'll shoot takedowns when needed and secure them. She's loose on the feet. I like her. She's there to fight. She's going to fight. She's going to try to impose her will, and I like that. If you can do that in WMA, it can get you somewhere. Melissa, she's a striker with power. Power that has to be respected. She's going to want to keep the fight standing. She's nothing off of her back. She'll lay there. So I think Alice can take her down. Melissa has decent takedown defense, but I think Alice can get her there. And if she does get her there, she will have her on her back. Plus 3.5 here is perfect for Alice Ardelean. Because if she does get a takedown, that round's for Alice. Melissa's going to take that round off. She's coming off of a knee injury, too. Hasn't fought in 2 years. Going to pick Alice. I think Alice keeps it close on the feet, secures takedowns, edges out rounds, wins the fight. Plus 3.5 makes a lot of sense to me. If not straight up, but plus 3, conservative Cam in the building. It's all about the wins. I ain't gonna give you a parlay where you put 20 on it, you gonna win 800. That's just not my style. It's all about the wins. It's all about profits. And you build the next profit on top of that profit. Then you build the next profit on top of that profit. It's about consistency, and it's about the casual parlay being as foolproof and bulletproof as it can. So that's the goal. And then opening up the early prelims, we got Robelis Despaigne versus Austin Lane. I'm never betting Robelis Despaigne again. He's on the parlay ban list, my nigga. Nigga, what is you doing? But this fight is set up for Robelis to bounce back in a big way and get a first round KO. That's what it's supposed to be. Really do what he should. And I guess we'll see. I'm going to pick him by KO because Austin has no chin. I don't know if it was the football career, but he can't take punches, man. You know, I ain't gonna say give me a solid punch, but, you know, give a random guy that's 300 pounds on the side of the street a good punch, probably KO him. Probably give him Tweety Birds. But he can grapple, and he's big. He can match Robelis' size. So if he get his hands on Robelis' Spain, he go, you know what I'm saying? He might Habib him. He's gonna try to Habib him. He's gonna try to ride him out. There's a chance, but every round the fight's gonna start on the feet. Robelis' cardio and his gas tank is horrible. So like I said, never bet on Robelis Despaigne. At least not now. Not for what he showed you. Especially minus 442. Where the only value you'll get is by KO. Don't even do it. But as far as him getting Habib'd, the UFC doesn't want it. And I mean, quite frankly, neither do I. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Robelis Despaigne by KO, but you're on the parlay ban list. You'll never get betted on again. And that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Stay tuned. Friday, the bets, they're dropping. The casual parlay is coming out. We 2-2 here. Haven't had a bet that missed. Am I a financial advisor? No. Am I telling you to tell? No. But what it does, it makes the watch parties more fun, and it gives me something to talk about. That's all I got for y'all. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this channel. We consistent on here. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get about it. Yeah, I'm in my mind. Yeah.